Hi guys, it's Stephanie Burton, the Self-Love Coach, live today with episode 4 of my daily self-love bites, if you like. And today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that is very close to my heart, which is the biggest lie that you've been told about loving yourself. And I'm just realizing that because I've just had a massage, I look like I've been through a wind tunnel. Actually, while I was having the massage, I had the most brilliant realization. You know how you always have the most amazing insights when you're either in the shower or having a massage or something. And while the massage therapist was massaging like my diaphragm, the top of my stomach, there was the most spectacular amount of pain and tightness. And I thought, that is exactly what self-love is like. Most of the time, you're totally unaware of it. And only when you start looking at it, do you actually get to realize how much pain, how much suffering, how much tightness, how much, how much stuff there's just been stuck there in your life. If you're wondering what the laughs are about, if you look behind me, we are in the very, very lovely Buenos Aires Cafe in Greenwich. It's really a very, very beautiful place. So, I am here chilling out after my massage, having a lovely cup of rooibos tea. And I wanted to tell you what the biggest lie that you've been told about self-love and self-worth and self-esteem. Hey Nazia, I'm sure once you sort of looked at the social Facebook feed that you have in general, you will just see reams and reams and reams about things about how to love yourself, how to do this and that. But actually all or most of the posts that you see about loving yourself are horse before cart, because you'll see long lists that say to love yourself, you need to stop criticizing yourself, you need to start commending yourselves on your strength, you need to be clear on your boundaries, and you need to speak your truth, all of those lovely things. And they are true, but they are the result of you learning to love yourself. So most of the people read that list and they go, oh crap, I'm really quite bad at that, and oh my gosh, now I have to do all of that things. No, it's the wrong way round. These things, being able to stop criticizing yourself, being able to stop comparing yourself, being able to set good boundaries, all those things are the outcomes of loving yourself, of learning to love yourself. They are not the source. Those are not the things you do. Those are the things that you naturally do once you've learned to love yourself. So please do not read those Facebook posts that have lists and lists and lists of how to love yourself, because actually loving yourself is an internal process, and then it can externally translate into all of those actions. And once you've learned to love yourself, all of those things like good boundaries, not hanging out with people that are toxic for you, being aware of your needs, stop criticizing yourself, really commending yourself on your strength, and stop comparing yourself, those things will happen naturally as a result of knowing and learning how to love yourself. So it's kind of like horse before cart, all right? So let's get that totally off the table, and I want you to really understand that those outcomes are true. That is a sign of the fact that you have learned to love yourself. And for most of us, that just didn't happen. Ideally, we should have all had childhoods where we went through a process of what's called differentiation. That's when you start differentiating yourself from your parents. For most of us, that didn't happen in an ideal environment. That's not because there was crazy abuse or trauma. It's just there could have been a million things, like your parents were under financial pressure, there were a lot of siblings, there perhaps was some poverty. It does not have to be trauma, but for most of us, 99.9% of the people on this planet, we didn't just have ideal childhoods, and as a result, you just miss that whole section of your life where you learn to have that differentiation between this is me, this is mommy and daddy. That for most of us, that just didn't happen. And as a result, you need to now invest in yourself and educate yourself on how to learn to love yourself. And that doesn't matter what's happened to you along the way. It is never too late, but it is something, like an upgrade in your brain. It is something that is missing from your system. And so a lot of people just think, why can't I stick to a fitness regime? Why can't I stick to a certain type of eating? Why can't I? Because there's a piece missing in you. It's not that you're crap at it, there's a piece missing. And until you learn to put that into the system, you just won't be able to function at peak. You won't be able to really commit to those things because your brain just really doesn't have that knowledge on how to focus inward and sustain that focus. And that is all for me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and now I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea, and I see you guys tomorrow. Bye.